Welcome to another busy webinar, the last of, or almost last of 2015. This is Dave Meyer of BizzyWeb, welcoming you to Harness the Power of Mobile, how to use mobile technology to promote yourself and drive more business. This is a webinar in concert with Constant Contact. BizzyWeb is an authorized local expert for Constant Contact and master certified with Constant Contact. And as a result, we're able to provide this type and this level of wonderful training and consultation to our clients. I am Dave Meyer. Here's how to reach me, and here's how to ask questions. If you do have trouble or concerns during the event, I'm going to jump right in to how to ask those questions on the call so that I can see them. But if you do have issues or would like a copy of this presentation, feel free to email me at dave@bizzyweb.com or call us up at 612-4BUSY-O. That's 612-424-9990. If you do want to log those questions live so that I can connect up, would love to have you do that. And you can just join us at the event page that you're already on. And let me jump over to that for a moment so that we can see it. All right, so here's how to get to the actual event and ask questions. So if you would like to ask questions via Google's Hangout tool, instead of viewing inside of this embedded window, which you're absolutely welcome to do, you can simply click on the highlighted text right here under this Google Plus page link. So if you click where I've highlighted on this Google Plus link, it's going to open a new tab. And inside of that new tab, you'll be able to ask special questions of BizzyWeb and myself at any time during the event. If you do click on this after the event, you will notice, or after the event is live, which is Wednesday the 23rd here at noon Central Time. If you're after that and you're watching this as a replay, the live isn't going to be highlighted, but Q&A still will be. I'll be notified if you do ask questions, so go ahead and use that tool at any time. So if you click the play button here inside of that link, so again, going backwards, if you click on this Google Plus link on number 1, you'll then be able to click on this play button inside of the embedded window. And when you click on that window, you'll be able to ask questions by clicking on the green button in the lower right. So over here in the lower right of your window, you'll see that there's a big green Ask a New Question button. And if you do, you can simply ask a question here. If you want, and you're just feeling chatty, you can also ask in a question right here by simply typing in whatever you feel. All you need to do is have an email address that you give to the Google Hangout window. Why don't we also just ask, how's the weather where you are? And right now in Minneapolis, Minnesota, where BizzyWeb is headquartered, it is snowing. Thank goodness, we might get a white Christmas after all. So here we go, and if you have questions or would like to ask anything about online marketing, in specifically the power of mobile, would love to chat with you about that during our event today. All right, so that's how to get in and how to ask questions. Let's get down to business and talk through, first, who BizzyWeb is. We are an online marketing company that has been around for 16 years now. Our team of 13 folks services clients all around the world in web design and online marketing. So what we do with our web design products, we do WordPress powered web design, and then we also help our clients with email marketing, and specifically with Constant Contact, with social media marketing, content writing, social media advertising, and on Google advertising, and all other facets of online marketing. Specifically, we serve small businesses that are either in transition or ready to take their marketing to the next level. If you've been thinking about perhaps hiring someone to handle your online marketing, BizzyWeb would love to chat with you because we are a much better and less expensive fit than hiring someone on full-time, and you'll get an entire team of experts instead of just one person. One thing that I wanted to remind everybody about, and if you've seen this before on TV or anywhere else, Constant Contact is really putting a lot of focus and effort around being a marketer. So if you have Constant Contact, or if you're interested in Constant Contact, we're going to give you a couple of options at the end of the event today to share or to request help with getting your Constant Contact accounts up. They're Email Plus product allows you to do surveys, to hand out event management and registration, which you've seen if you're registered for today's event. You can do emails and auto response email campaigns, of course. And it's a fantastic tool. For what you get inside of the Email Plus campaign, it's probably one of the best deals in all of online marketing. So if you haven't thought about or taken the next step for online marketing, we either have a 60-day free trial, or you can get set up with us to get a free template when you sign up with BizzyWeb today for Constant Contact. So let's get started. Why are we here today? Whoops, oh my goodness. Mobile internet usage is really growing fast. So one of the things that you'll see inside of everything with the web is that it's all moving toward mobile. As a matter of fact, 53% of emails are now opened on mobile devices. Email remains one of the most popular smartphone activities. Almost 90% of smartphone users use email at least once a week on their mobile devices. People are reading messages, which include your emails, as well as your website and all of your online marketing, on tiny, tiny screens. In addition, the social network world is growing fast on mobile. 64% of American adults now own smartphones of some kind. Almost half of those say they could not live without their smartphone. There was actually a big survey that was taken last year, and people asked whether they'd rather lose their wallet or purse or their phone. And by an outstanding majority, people said, just please don't let me lose my phone. The average person looks at their phone 150 times a day. So in the US, that average person spends more time a day looking at mobile screens than they do on a television screen. It's just incredibly huge as far as how much people are using. And as a matter of fact, even when people are looking at TV screens, they're still looking at their mobile devices. They're checking out and searching IMDb. They're Googling things and taking care of tasks. They're answering text messages. The world of the dual screen is now just one of the realities of marketing. So why is mobile so important for small businesses? Well, mobile can really enable small businesses to work more effectively when it matters, when you're using mobile to send a quick email to remind customers about new products without having to sit down at a computer to compose it. Or if you're encouraging your event attendees to check in on their mobile devices so you can get real-time information about your attendance. It also makes life very much easier. With smartphones, we always have a computer within arm's reach. We can act and react and have real-time conversations. And they're virtual conversations, but of course you're creating real connections with people and getting them added to lists so that you can continue to keep connecting with them and building relationships. And the convergence of those two that makes magic. Information, when a consumer wants it, delivered no matter where they are. It helps business owners work smarter, get found where customers are looking for their information, and engage with them in the very best way possible. Mobile is how you're connecting with your current customers, clients, supporters, and members, or attracting new customers. Mobile is also how customers are finding you through searching on their smartphones and devices. And mobile makes it easy for people to access the emails you send, the things you post on social media and on your website, and your contact information. It's how they buy and how they find you. Bottom line, mobile's driving business. All right, so what are we going to talk about today? First, we're going to talk about how to get your business found with mobile. Then we're going to dig in on how to use mobile marketing to drive customer action. And then we're going to dig in on how to create content with mobile and for mobile. And finally, a few next steps to help you take the next step to harness the power of mobile. Just a quick check back asking how the weather's going. Nancy says it's getting snow and it was supposed to be rain. And Nancy, I hope you're up in the northern part of the U.S. We do have folks all over the country in on this event today, so very interested to hear how things are going. I know the Pacific Northwest is finally getting some big rain and precipitation. Matter of fact, I heard that the water levels in the entire western U.S. Have raised up like 1.5 inches. Of course, they're down like 6 feet, but 1.5 inches is still welcome. So hopefully you're getting lots and lots of good stuff wherever you are, and it's not going to mess up your travel plans. All right. So thank you very much, Nancy, for filing that. Now we know people are asking and able to get in. Let's get into our next steps. First, Mobile and local listings. How to get found. One area in that behavior has clearly been influenced and aided by mobile has to do with what's referred to as local search, essentially finding something you need. It could be food for restaurants, stuff like goods and services, but there's really no denying that mobile has become part of a search for what we want. In the example screen, search for linens in Rockport, Massachusetts yields a top listing for La Provence, a Constant Contact customer. In seconds, a smartphone user can call the business with a simple touch, get directions they can use in their GPS, on their phone or in their car, visit their business's websites, and connecting with contact information such as address or hours. If you're not spending a little bit of time on this mobile stuff and taking a look, especially in the Google My Business information so that all of your contact information is current and local, you're missing out on instant connections. 80% of mobile users are using search engines to find local information such as business hours, product availability, and business addresses or directions. Local searches lead to purchases at more than twice the rate of non-local searches, and 50% of store visits occur within an hour of local search. And that makes sense because we're searching for something when we're ready to act on it. Finally, consumers are using mobile phones and tablets to search for local products and services, and they're more likely to follow through on that when making a purchase than when using PCs or laptops. 78% of searches result in a local purchase, and those are conducted on mobile devices. And if you think about why that is, it's just instant, it's always on, and it's much, much easier when you're thinking about it to pull the trigger on something that you're trying to get. So where does local search information come from? Publishers of the info build their databases from a variety of sources, Yelp, Yahoo, Foursquare, Swarm, Google, of course, all get their own methods for validating data. It's often generated from the following 6 sources. So let's follow one business through each of these sources. We'll look at how you can find information on Olympus Gym, a small chain of fitness centers in Virginia. Consumers. Some websites or applications allow members of general publics to add information about a business, regardless of whether or not they're affiliated with the business. This is what you would call consumer-generated content. This is info like on Facebook, Yelp, Foursquare, Swarm, and any other place that customers can leave a review. And these are the reviews of one of the Olympus Gym locations on Yelp. Business direct claims and submissions. This is when someone directly affiliated with the business provides information to publishers. You got to note that this is a manual process and it varies by publisher. This is a Google local business page. Businesses can claim their page and submit their information with Google. One thing that you'll want to note if you haven't tried this yet is go to getlisted.info or Moz Local, M-O-Z Local. With Moz Local, you can get all of your local information set up from one page. And if you pay them $50 a year, or $50 for a one-time fee, actually, they will take care of doing it all for you. It's one of the big things that BizzyWeb doesn't make any money off of, but it saves so much time and effort that I always tell my clients just to go ahead and do it. There's also listing management services. These services help small business manage their listings across multiple platforms. So this is a page on what's called Single Platform, a service offered by Constant Contact that pushes business information across multiple local listing sources. If you're using Constant Contact already, you should have access to Single Platform as well. And data aggregators, sources that compile business listing information from multiple sources such as public records, surveys, utilities, merchants, agencies, and web mining efforts. If you're registered with your state's Department of Commerce, they're probably getting that information or they're using that information there. Data aggregators attempt to clean the information, normalize it, and license it directly to publishers. And this is Olympus Gym's listing on Yellow Pages. Vertical specific providers. This source gathers and sells category-specific business information to others. There are some situations where businesses may need to pay to be included. This is a fitness industry website, national listing of Zumba classes, and you can see they've published information about classes held at the Olympus Gym. And then finally, scrape data. Some publishers extract business information from websites as public data, such as your website, and this is the website of Olympus Gym. Boy, oh boy, does Olympus need some help with websites. I wish they knew BizzyWeb. All right, so next step. To take control of your listing, there's a few things. to know. If your business doesn't accurately appear in local search results, you're missing out on that new business. So ensuring that your business appears in local search results is a crucial task. Not only do you want your business listed, you also want your information to be accurate across all the places that consumers are searching. We talked about the many ways that potential customers can find your business, whether search engines, mapping services, internet yellow pages, local and vertical directories, social media, Foursquare, Yelp, Yahoo, and mobile apps. And this is great news because there are now even more ways for consumers to find you. However, that creates a problem because there's now more places for you to manage. Many of these online listings are automatically generated and can often contain incorrect or out-of-date information. If you or your business has suffered from industry incorrect information, especially in Google Maps, and you need to change that contact information and get it across the space on all of your networks, you'll see quickly that it's a tough thing to have to change across all of those networks. What it means really is that you need to stay on top of your business listings to make sure all of your information is current. That way you're not missing out a potential new business because of incorrect listings. So some action steps to get you started. First, do a search for your business online using a search engine like Google. Google has Google My Business if you've set up a Google Plus page. Search for your business on popular sites like Yelp and yellowpages.com. Check out Bing Local, Yahoo Local, Foursquare, Facebook, and go through all of those places. Make a list of all of those places that your business turns up. And if you're in all the places that you expected or any of the results surprise you, make a note. And then confirm that all of your information is correct and current. List out any places that your business isn't listed but should be. And update your information as necessary to keep things current. Again, this is where you should check out Moz Local, M-O-Z Local, because it searches about 20 different places and shows you where your information is up to date. All you need to do is enter in your business name and your zip code, and Moz Local takes care of the rest for you. You might actually find that your business is listed in different ways in different places on Moz Local. And if that's the case, that's just probably pointing toward either a different way that you're listing your address. For example, BizzyWeb is at Commerce Drive North in Minneapolis. And if you type in North Commerce Drive or Commerce Drive North, that gives us separate directory listings. So we had to work to get all of that consolidated. After you've made your search or your basic location and contact information, what you want to do is give potential customers what they need to make your buying decision. The information you can include will vary by the listing site, but here's some examples of important listing info that you can help populate. How about hours of operation, parking options if you have on-street or off-street parking, a description of your business. Of course, this is something that you should give, including the highlights on what people can expect for you and from you and who your business serves. List of products and services or a menu if you're a restaurant or food provider, any specials or promotions that you're publishing, logos, information from your storefront, and contact information, including email, phone number, your website, URL, and social media pages, including Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Google+, Pinterest, Tumblr, and much more. Finally, also be sure you list payment options, if you're cash only in particular, what credit cards you accept, and if people can pay with apps like Level Up or Apple Pay. This will actually drive some traffic in, especially with iOS device users, because a lot of the new iOS devices, including the Apple Watch, allow you to pay with a simple tap if you're set up. And a lot of folks, especially like super geeks like me, would enjoy using Apple Pay to pay for items. All right, we've got this set up and we know where we're going. Now we need to drive action using mobile marketing. So what is it? Mobile marketing isn't really about the device. Mobile marketing is really about where your audience will consume content and in what context. It's like considering whether you want to direct people to your website or social media. It's just an additional lens to view your marketing messages. We don't need to think phones versus devices. We need to think, are they in front of my business walking on the sidewalk? Or are they at their computers across town? It's making your messages accessible to smartphone users because that's how a growing number of your audience is accessing your content. What does the surge of mobile really mean for small businesses? Mobile will help small businesses do things faster and smarter, and it really enables customers or prospects to do business with them by putting the information they need in their hands exactly when they need it. Mobile marketing drives customer actions. Mobile marketing also helps make it easy for your current or potential customers to take action. Your customers no longer have to clip through a newspaper circular to take advantage of great offers. They can access them right in their email box, in social media, or through mobile apps. Use mobile to provide your customers with offers and promotions they can access via their phones. People do want offers they can use on the go. The number of people who redeem digital coupons or codes in their mobile devices is really rocketing up. It was around 47% in 2012. And by 2016, in the next couple of months here, it's expected to reach nearly 83%. You can also offer something called local deals, which is a deal that customers can buy upfront and redeem later. Another option for offers and promotions is trackable coupons, which don't require that customers purchase them upfront. They can claim the coupon and bring it to your location. Customers can easily share your coupon with their friends and family through social media. What's the advantage of a trackable coupon? Well, coupons like that reward sharing, so customers who share via Facebook, Twitter, or email can receive a second discount, like an extra percentage off. It's a great way to encourage your current customers to spread word of mouth about your business. Even though you don't get the upfront sale like you would with a local deal, requiring less of a commitment from your customers can encourage many more people to participate and grow your marketing list. While local deals work best with higher discounts like 40 to 50% off, coupons work well with smaller discounts like 15 to 20% off, and that means more profit for you over time. You can get reporting from trackable coupons, also known as smart coupons, and you can find out how many people claimed it, how and where it was shared, and if the claims were new or current customers. You can also get the contact information for everyone who claims your coupon added right into your account. With Constant Contact, we even make managing redemption a snap. You can track used coupons on the mobile app, in your account, or from a printed file. Simple, easy, and very easy to track. Trigby mentions that it's snowing heavily in Eagan, and it's gloomy and slightly rainy in Des Moines. So Stephanie, thank you for logging in on that. And thank you very much, folks, for suggesting in. We have a lot of viewers online, so if you have suggestions or questions on anything that I'm talking about, in addition to our weather reports, that would be awesome. But thank you so much for following in and giving us that mobile update. All right. Also on offers and promotions, if you're using Facebook for your marketing, you know it's a place where a lot of your customers spend their time. Many folks are accessing Facebook through their smartphone. More than half of social media sharing by American mobile users happens through the Facebook iPhone app. Think about that. One app on one type of device, and more than half of all social media sharing by American mobile users happens through that one channel. And I can bear that out inside of the tracking and data that I get on my website and in our online apps. Well over half of what we get is via online and specifically iOS. Combine that with increasing usage of mobile coupons, and that means Facebook is a great place to drive action with your customers. If you want to take your Facebook marketing to the next level, you can run a Facebook promotion, which is one of the campaign types in Constant Contact. A Facebook promotion is similar to a marketing campaign that you've already done, but it takes place on Facebook, and your fans interact with your page to take advantage of an offer you're promoting. With Facebook promotions, you could run a sweepstakes, coupon, or downloadable content promotion on Facebook to engage with and reward your fans, as well as creating social word of mouth. Your customers can obtain the deal and present it to you with their phone, making it easy for them to redeem your offer and to share that deal with their friends and family. You should also think about using mobile marketing for events to make it easy for your audience to receive your messages and take action. Use mobile marketing for those events, invitations, and registration forms. Keep these tips in mind when you create your event marketing. First, make sure that your invitations are mobile friendly. We'll talk about best practices for email design in a couple of minutes, but for many of those best practices, apply to event registration invitations. Remember, customers are seeing these messages on a tiny itty bitty screen. Don't go overboard with images. Images in your invitation can speak 1,000 words, which is great, but they also take time to load and need to be scrolled through, which can be frustrating to users. Use your white space and colored fonts wisely. Creating paragraph breaks and using easy to read colors is important for readability in any context, whether it be event invitations, registration pages, or websites. With registration forms, ask only for the information that you really need right then. Of course, there's information that you need to get from your registrants, but keep in mind that if they're responding via their phones, it's a lot more work to fill out 10 fields than it is 5. Keep it to only what's absolutely necessary, and then follow up with the people that register to get more information from them at that time. You can also use mobile for event tickets and check-in. You can enable your attendees to show you their tickets on their mobile device and use mobile marketing check-in apps like Constant Contact's event marketing app, which we've used before and is super slick, to make it easier on your attendees and your team. Social media drives action because, as we've talked about with Facebook, many of your customers are accessing social media with their phones. Social media makes up 1/4 of all smartphone activity. You can use mobile as a way for customers to opt in for your social profiles, to like and follow you when they're in the store, or simply post signs that show which networks you can be found on, online, or using QR codes, which we'll talk about in a minute, and that have their own challenges. Ask people to check into your business through Facebook to help spread word of mouth. There's simple stickers that you can get that'll do that, and we actually have one of those on our door at Facebook, and we've seen a lot of people sign in on Facebook after we did that at BizzyWeb. And encourage customers to share photos from your business or of your products and ask them to post through social media and tag your business. This example is from In a Pickle, a popular local diner in Waltham, Mass. They used Facebook's mobile app to share a customer Instagram photo on their Facebook page to show their followers that there were no lines for breakfast on a recent Sunday. I promised a little bit of info about QR codes, and a majority of customers that have smartphones are most likely carrying their phones with them when they're at the business. And when we talked about how to use these to reach purchases. You can do QR codes quite simply. A QR code is a quick response. That's what the QR stands for. It's a simple barcode or a little box that you can scan with an app on your mobile phone. There's a web address enabled within the code, and when you scan that code, it's going to pull up the website on your smartphone's internet browsers. Here's some do's and don'ts, however, for QR codes. First, don't make them difficult to scan and post them in an area that doesn't have good cell signals, or placing them high up for people to scan, or creating an unscannable code by making it blurry or whatever. Make them accessible, visible, and easy for your customers to take care of. But don't just use them to use them. Think of them as a digital treasure hunt. Offer them something special if you're asking them to whip out their phones, grab the app, open it up, snap the picture, upload the picture, and run through. And don't place them on their social media sites or any other digital asset. If someone's looking at your website on a computer or on a phone, just let them click on the button to get to where they need to go. Use QR codes to provide customers with tools, resources, or additional information on products to help guide purchase decisions. Use them to provide information when you're not open. Place one on your front window or door so they can scan and find out more about you. Don't use QR codes to take people to your homepage. That's just not going to help. Instead, think about what you want people to do. Give them a specific call to action. Use QR codes to make it easy for your customers to do something on the spot, to purchase something, learn more about a specific product, to go to a landing page, for example, to register for an email list, register for an event, follow a social profile, or simply enter a contest. You can use QR codes to make it easy for people to do email marketing lists and other specific complicated tasks. Constant Contact actually has a feature called QR code signup that allows you to create a QR code for your list and post signs with the code in your location. So, for example, if you have an after hours sign or a closed button and or a closed sticker on your front window, you can post that up and say, scan here for hours or to stay in touch. Later on, when you're thinking about how to use mobile to drive action, try the examples on this checklist. Provide incentives for people to come into the store. It can be as easy as adding a coupon to your regular newsletter and asking them to show it on their mobile device at the register. Try making mobile marketing part of your events by using it to get the word out, to allow people to register, and to let them check in. Drive action using social media. Tell customers they can follow you, check into your business, and share their experiences with you by using their social networks. And try using QR codes in marketing to give your customers more information about your products and services. Free tools like Google's QR code generator can help you create an easy QR code, and you can find that by searching the Google QR code generator. Or as I mentioned, Constant Contact already has a QR code tool built into the online marketing list generation. Check in as we get on to our next button, creating content with and for mobile. If you have any questions or specific issues, would love to have those questions on here. So thank you very much for the folks that have asked those questions. I'm going to notes. I don't think we have anything too crazy here. So we have a lot of viewers. If you do have specific questions about anything that we've covered so far, this is your chance to ask those questions. We have a couple more things that we're going to get through. And Trigby asks, I mentioned that content is aggregated from a number of different places. And what do you do if the information aggregated is incorrect? Well, there's a few things that you can do. And as you look at the information that's out there, there's usually a button or a click here to edit tool. You may have to register that you're an owner of your page, especially with Google. If you don't have your Google Plus page set up, it makes it pretty difficult to edit that content. And when you do go in via either Google Maps or Google Straight, you're going to be required to register that you're the page owner in order to make any changes or make updates. The good news is, specifically with Google, after you've registered your page and Google understands and knows that you're an owner of that page, and that might be through a postcard that they'll mail to you or a simple phone call that they'll use, and they'll give you a code to verify that you're the right person for it. Might also be through embedded web code. You'll be able to register and make changes through Google My Business. And inside of the Google My Business tool, you can actually move around, for example, the pin that people have on your website or on the Google search results. If you're on the wrong side of the highway in Google search results, for example, you can move that around. Makes it super easy to update and maintain your content. If you're having issues with that, and if you have more questions on that, I do have a BizzyWebinar that I covered on local pages from about 6 months ago. It's going to be easiest just to click search inside of that, inside of the BizzyWeb website for Google local pages. So Trigby, thank you very much for that question. All right, we're keeping going here. So if you have additional questions, keep them going. But we'll get going on with our content again and talk about how to create content with and for mobile devices. All right, so first, when you use mobile to create content, there's a lot of benefits to this. When used carefully, mobile devices can be real time savers, and content creation on mobile can be a great way to streamline your communications and really get more time in your day. We hear from customers a lot about the time they spend on marketing. It's just figuring out what to write. One important thing to remember is that great content doesn't have to mean a lot of words. It can be as easy as snapping a photo and writing a quick and helpful caption. We're going to talk about apps a little bit today and how you can use them on your smartphone to create content. Mobile devices are a great way to easily pull together interesting content. Instead of writing about an upcoming event, pull in a picture from the last one from your photos on your phone. And instead of firing up your computer, just copy your last newsletter on your tablet and concentrate on what's new in your business. The image you see here is from the La Provence. They took some photos of a new product line in their store and made a collage out of them. There's a lot of great mobile apps you can download to do the same. Instagram has a great collaging tool. Google actually has a great tool inside of Google Plus in the Google Photos app. and there's much more out there that can do the same thing. They shared that image on their Facebook page with a reminder of their store hours, an announcement of the line on Instagram with a cute caption and some great hashtags. And hashtags are the little pound signs. And they made it beautiful, mobile friendly, and they sent an email to announce their products in a local event. People read email on desktop and mobile. The difference is on mobile, they won't read something that's too tiny or too long. Make sure you continue to use social media because a lot of your customers are accessing your content through mobile devices. What you need to do is make sure you effectively deliver your messages to them and that your content is easily consumed. All right, so next up is everyone who owns a smartphone is walking around with a high quality camera for photos and video. Use it for your business or your nonprofit. Here's an example of a business that regularly posts both. River Rock Climbing in Roanoke, Virginia shares photos and videos of updates to their climbing gym, employee training, events, and customers. So what do you use to create multimedia? There's a lot of great photography apps that you can download to edit and share photos and videos right on your phone. Try downloading the Instagram app. Instagram has a lot of great tools that allow you to edit your photos and put filters on them to get them just right. Try adjusting the color and brightness. You can crop them. You can add like different levels to make things pop and keep things coming out. Facebook bought Instagram, so it's really easy to share your photos directly to your Facebook page. When you take a photo, think about how it's going to be seen on a mobile phone. Most people read their emails and social media by holding their phones vertically, so a wide image won't show up as well as a tall one. However, with video, make sure that you shoot it horizontally. This is a crazy thing that's a huge pet peeve of mine. Don't hold your phone upright when you're shooting video. Please just rotate it sideways because most of the time, people expect the format to be sideways. And if you want your content or horizontal, if you want your content to be shared on PCs or viewed on televisions or other places, you're going to want to shoot in landscape mode. All smartphones have built-in video tools. And just like photos, there's lots of apps that you can use to add to your phone to create and edit videos. With Instagram, you can publish short clips between 3 and 15 seconds long and share them to your Instagram feed and Facebook. Vine is another popular app. Videos are limited to 6-second looping clips. You can share those directly through Twitter because Twitter owns Vine through the Vine app. And YouTube has an app that allows you to edit and publish videos through the YouTube site. You're going to see this event, and it's published right now on YouTube as well. Your YouTube account starts with a limit of 15 minutes per video, but you can change those settings for an unlimited amount of time. We just talked about how Instagram and Vine allow for a few seconds of video at a time. And why is that so short? Well, because people have a short attention span. So avoid taking and sharing long videos. The BizzyWebinar tends to be a little bit long as far as total format, but that's because we're sharing a lot of content and data. Make sure that you use the word video in the subject line of your email and social media to call attention to that multimedia. And the best part about using your phone to create and edit multimedia is you already know it looks great on your phone, so it's going to look great when your customers see it on their phones. Social media helps you to make spontaneous communication any day on a day in the life in your business. So you're using mobile to create content, so go ahead and share that on social. And don't forget to share on other networks. Here's an Instagram photo from the Baltimore Humane Society, and that same photo shared on Facebook. The Baltimore Humane Society regularly posts their photos on multiple places to help them put their adoptable animals in front of as many people as possible. These photos are more than words. A nonprofit bookstore and cafe managed by at-risk youth taken at a farmer's market where they hosted a pop-up shop. While they were there, they took photos of their merchandise and shared the details of their event on Twitter and Facebook, letting people know what was happening in real time. You can use events to create content. It's easy to create that content during your events and encourage people to do the same. Google has an app that lets you all pile on and publish those content apps. Facebook lets you publish to your Facebook page and lets visitors do the same thing. You can curate and connect with that. All of it connects together. So this is a post from Bisque Imports on the left, an art supply and ceramics wholesaler. Following one of their events, they snapped photos during their event and shared them on Facebook, and in the caption provided a link to where people can buy one of their featured products from their website. Next up is an Instagram photo from the Ipswich Ale Brewery. They were at a festival and gathered their staff for a photo to announce their presence and hours that they'd be there. Then they tagged their location so their followers could find them easily. And then the final email is from a nonprofit, Strong Women, Strong Girls. They used a photo from one of the recent events in an email to their contact list and shared it with an inspirational quote from the keynote speaker and a link to more information about the event. That's something that anybody can do. Your emails don't have to be super detailed. A photo, a short paragraph, and a call to action, in this case, the link to learn more about the event, was all that was needed to create a compelling email. So, is the era of email over? Not really. Email is still highly relevant and cited as one of the most effective marketing tools that small businesses have. A recent study showed that 91% of marketers view email as the most effective channel for driving revenue. The great news is that email isn't just email anymore. It's the connection point to everything else on the web. It's important to recognize that you can't assume that an email will be read on a PC, smartphone, or tablet. The only threat to email is if it's not evolving with today and tomorrow's technologies. Email is still the primary driver of small business and nonprofit marketing. You're renting space on social media and third-party apps. With email marketing, you have full control of what your messages look like, when they're sent, and who you're sending to, who sees it, and you can tell who is and isn't opening it, and the information on your email lists. With having your own website that looks fantastic, an email that ties directly into that content and reaches out across all of those networks, you have a 1-2 punch that's going to help you broadcast to everyone that makes sense and everyone that matters for you, and get back to them and own the entire message. When you're creating emails, think about mobile users. If something doesn't look good on mobile, readers will delete it. 75% of people will delete, and even worse, 30% of people will unsubscribe if that email doesn't look good. You've seen or maybe heard that when people talk about mobile emails, they usually start by asking something like, are your emails mobile responsive or mobile friendly? At the heart, that's a technology question, one that addresses how different platforms display different content, websites, or images. The other side of this is to consider that mobile friendly as a marketing strategy, one focused on how a small business thinks about their customers supported and how a small business creates content, has really changed the way that audiences consume that content. We're going to focus on the second part, the idea of becoming more mobile friendly from the perspective of the choices you can make to be better positioned in a world in which mobile has become a key part of everything that we do. The following are some best practices to keep in mind for mobile-friendly email creation. Avoid these mistakes. First, look at the bottom of this first email. It's cut off. Avoid using too much text. People don't take the time to scroll through a long email. The shorter, the better. Articles need to be brief. Constant Contact research has shown that emails with 20 lines of text or fewer get the most click-throughs. Emails with 1 to 2 links have much better click-through rates than ones with more links. Subject lines also need to be short. Avoid multiple columns. Look at how weird this email looks. Multiple columns can get cut off or they might shrink to fit, as in this example. Either way, it makes your message really unreadable and it makes you look like you're unprofessional in your marketing. And also avoid tiny fonts. People won't scroll through a long email and they won't take time to zoom in or pinch around on your email. At a minimum, use 11-point font for body text and go larger for headlines. 22 points is a good setting, and strong color contrast, dark text on a light background. And be sure to test the content on yourself. Send that email to you and someone else on your team that might have a different device than you do, and view it on your phone or tablet. This email is a great makeover of the don'ts. You can see that there's not a lot of text, just enough to get the most important information across. The email has a single column, nothing's getting cut off, and everything fits in the phone screen. The fonts are large and easy to read, and there's no zooming needed to reach this message about the headstand workshop. Images are a great way to tell your story and engage your audience but they can be distracting and cause your audience to ignore or delete your message if they don't look good on a mobile phone. Avoid using large images that'll get cut off on a mobile screen. Test your emails, and if the images are too big, resize them. And think about your calls to action. Make them easy to read and put them in the top section of your email. Don't make people hunt, zoom, or scroll to figure out what to do with your message, or they simply won't do it. Your images should be sized to fit a mobile screen. This photo isn't cut off and it doesn't take up the entire screen. And use clear and easy calls to action. In this email, the message is short and sweet. It's about an event, and all the information is right there, and a registration button is right at the bottom. People can decide instantly if this is something they want to do, and they can click and register then. How can you create an email that looks great on mobile? Try building it on your phone. If it works on your phone, it's going to look great in customers' phones. There's lots of apps that make it easy to build an email with your smartphone. Constant Contact does have an email creation app for your iPhone or Android. You can find it by going to the App Store and searching for Constant Contact. For creating basic email campaigns, apps are more convenient and faster than creating campaigns from your desktop. You can create an email with touch-based editing right on your mobile device. The Constant Contact app allows you to manage your contacts, create emails with photos, links, and text, personalize your brand colors, and include buttons for calls to action and review the detailed reports after you send. In the Constant Contact app, you can quickly build an email that includes a link to call to action on your audience. Then you can preview your email, send tests, and schedule messages for delivery to your list. You have the ability to keep up with the latest activity with opening and clicking reporting right on your phone. Keep track of who engaged with your campaign and stay on top of your marketing results. You can use the mobile app to easily manage your campaigns and contacts on the go. And finally, the app also has great editing tools built right in to help you easily match your brand's colors and look. The color wheel in this example shows how you can match an exact color. Here's a quick checklist that you can use as a resource to create mobile-friendly content. First, when you're creating emails, remember that your audience may be reading them on their phones. Little bitty 4-inch screens can make it hard to read. Use these tips to design mobile-friendly emails. Use your phone to create and share multimedia. You can use your phone to design emails, snap photos, upload Instagram videos, and take other kinds of snapshots. Download apps for the social media networks you use for your business and easily share those with your followers. And don't be afraid to post social media content in the moment when something fun, interesting, or spontaneous is happening. Give behind-the-scenes views and show you and your business's personalities. Okay, before we go into next steps, opening one last time up for questions. Looks like we're good. Don't be shy and send in any questions that you do have. So would love to help you with that and with anything that you need. I'll give you 1 second here, and I'm going to pause and take a quick sip of water. As we look at our next steps, first and foremost, just remember to embrace mobile. Small businesses and nonprofits who start embracing mobile now will be the ones who are best able to compete. One thing that you'll notice, especially for small businesses, is if you take this stuff seriously, you're going to leap ahead of your competition quickly because not a lot of folks yet have this mobile thing mastered. Take some action and add mobile to your marketing. It's not about the device. It's about where your audience will consume your content. Make sure that your content is mobile friendly and that the proper calls to action are listed on your device, on your social media, and in your emails, respective of where you expect people to be looking. It's also going to be easier using a mobile device to get things done faster and smarter. So what to do next? Of course, use mobile marketing for activities and tools in the day-to-day life of your business. There's a lot of great apps out there that can help you accomplish small, quick marketing tasks. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Tumblr, and more all make easy apps that you can use to publish helpful content. Make these mobile activities and tools more and more a part of your day, and you'll increase the marketing activity for your business. Take advantage of the mobile relationships and your customer experience to drive people to your door. You can use QR codes to make it easy for customers to find more info on you and join your list. Try offering Facebook promotions, deals, and coupons that customers can claim and access them through your smartphones. And take control of the listings on search engines, directories, and mobile apps. Again, that place to look for that for easiest response is moz.com, moz.com/local. And finally, harness the power of mobile to promote your business. Create mobile-friendly emails and use your phone to create content, whether it be email newsletters, social media updates, and multimedia posts to help spread the word about your business, products, and events. We're all carrying supercomputers in our pockets. It's time to use them like the supercomputers they are. So we've gone through a bunch of things today, and I have a little bit of open spot for questions. I'm just going to slip back over here. It doesn't look like we have any. If you do have questions, make sure to send those my way. If you want more information, you can visit BizzyWeb.com/events for training. And inside of that events page, if you click on one of our events, there's also a search tool that lets you search through all of our content. I mentioned that we have a BizzyWebinar on mobile and local pages. Go ahead and search for local on BizzyWeb's website for the event, the BizzyWebinar on how to set up Google Plus Local and Google My Business. And if you'd like that free trial I've mentioned before, go to BizzyWeb.com/cc to get a 60-day free trial from BizzyWeb to you on Constant Contact. Not going to ask for your credit card number, not going to ask for anything except for your email address so that we can get you set up. And if you want our help, we can walk you through that. Once you sign up and you pay for your Constant Contact account, which again, for Email Plus, which includes marketing, Facebook marketing, the QR codes, auto response campaigns, and email newsletters, that's just $45 a month to start. Finally, thank you very much for joining us. Again, here's how to get a hold of me if you have additional information that you'd like from us. Just send an email to dave@bizzyweb.com. My direct line is 612-293-9323. That's 612-WEB3 yeah. And then don't forget to grab your free trial at BizzyWeb.com/cc. Or if you'd like a search engine optimization report from BizzyWeb, go to BizzyWeb.com/buzz. It takes about 45 seconds to get a 10-page report back with a checklist of things that you can do to improve your marketing results. Again, I am Dave Meyer with BizzyWeb. Thank you so very much for joining us this semi-snowy, semi-rainy, almost Christmas day. Thanks for everybody for joining. And remember, at BizzyWeb, we help you generate buzz without getting stung. Have a great week.